a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps and banks close to your home. What adds to your advantage are the proposed developments such as the under-construction 6-lane Nagar Road linking Wagholi to Eon IT Park, proposed ring road from Ambegaon to Wagholi, proposed 4-lane flyover linking Wagholi to Shikrapur, and proposed 36-meter wide DP road which offers growth and a bright future. Welcome to Citron Phase 2 at Wagholi. 1 and 2 BHK apartments. Experience a fine mix of lifestyle, space, comfort and quality with your home. Part of the Citron Phase 1, a happy community of 130 plus happy families. The project offers ready infrastructure and amenities. Spread over 5 acres, 15-story L-shaped towers offer 1 and 2 BHK apartments and wide open spaces. Homes that not just take care of functionality but also offer vibrancy, peace and freshness in living. Your life here is imagined through a fine mix of lifestyle features like ready clubhouse, swimming pool, modern gymnasium, multi-purpose court, senior citizen sit-outs, children's play area and community hall. It's a world that promises more than you ever imagined. Growing in parallel to the recent developments, celebrates the modernity of future and the happiness of a perfect opportunity. An address to begin your journey towards fulfillment and become part of a success story. A joint development by Manisha Constructions and Vascon. Life is all about a new start every day. A new step towards progress. To become what we imagined. And to make the dreams a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps and banks close to your home. What adds to your advantage are the proposed developments such as the under-construction 6-lane Nagar Road linking Wagholi to Eon IT Park, proposed ring road from Ambegaon to Wagholi, proposed 4-lane flyover linking Wagholi to Shikrapur, and proposed 36-meter wide DP road, which offers growth and a bright future. Welcome to Citron Phase 2 at Wagholi. 1 and 2 BHK apartments. Experience a fine mix of lifestyle, space, comfort and quality with your home. Part of the Citron Phase 1, a happy community of 130 plus happy families. The project offers ready infrastructure and amenities. Spread over 5 acres, 15-story L-shaped towers offer 1 and 2 BHK apartments and wide open spaces. Homes that not just take care of functionality but also offer vibrancy, peace and freshness in living. Your life here is imagined through a fine mix of lifestyle features like ready clubhouse, swimming pool, modern gymnasium, multi-purpose court, senior citizen sit-outs, children's play area and community hall. It's a world that promises more than you ever imagined. Growing in parallel to the recent developments, celebrates the modernity of future and the happiness of a perfect opportunity. An address to begin your journey towards fulfillment and become part of a success story. A joint development by Manisha Constructions and Vascon. Life is all about a new start every day. A new step towards progress. To become what we imagined. And to make the dreams a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps and banks close to your home. What adds to your advantage are the proposed developments such as the under construction 6-lane Nagar Road linking Wagholi to Eon IT Park, proposed ring road from Ambegaon to Wagholi, proposed 4-lane flyover linking Wagholi to Shikrapur and proposed 36-meter wide DP road which offers growth and a bright future. Welcome to Citron Phase 2 at Wagholi. 1 and 2 BHK apartments. Experience a fine mix of lifestyle, space, comfort and quality with your home. Part of the Citron Phase 1, a happy community of 130 plus happy families. The project offers ready infrastructure and amenities. Spread over 5 acres, 15-story L-shaped towers offer 1 and 2 BHK apartments and wide open spaces. Homes that not just take care of functionality but also offer vibrancy, peace and freshness in living. Your life here is imagined through a fine mix of lifestyle features like ready clubhouse, swimming pool, modern gymnasium, multi-purpose court, senior citizen sit-outs, children's play area and community hall. It's a world that promises more than you ever imagined. Growing in parallel to the recent developments, celebrates the modernity of future and the happiness of a perfect opportunity. An address to begin your journey towards fulfillment and become part of a success story. A joint development by Manisha Constructions and Vascon. Life is all about
स्मार्ट घर EMI सही,
सुंदर परिसर, भरपूर सोयी.
अब लाइफ को बनाओ गुड लाइफ. वास्कॉन गुड लाइफ.
घरासोबत सरकारी अनुदानही.
घरासोबत मुलांना भविष्यही.
अब लाइफ को बनाओ गुड लाइफ. वास्कॉन.
स्मार्ट घर EMI सही,
सुंदर परिसर, भरपूर सोयी.
अब लाइफ को बनाओ गुड लाइफ. वास्कॉन गुड लाइफ.
a new start every day. A new step towards progress. To become what we imagined. And to make the dreams a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps and banks close to your home. What adds to your advantage are the proposed developments such as the under-construction 6-lane Nagar Road linking Wagholi to Eon IT Park, proposed ring road from Ambegaon to Wagholi, proposed 4-lane flyover linking Wagholi to Shikrapur, and proposed 36-meter wide DP road which offers growth and a bright future. Welcome to Citron Phase 2 at Wagholi. 1 and 2 BHK apartments. Experience a fine mix of lifestyle, space, comfort and quality with your home. Part of the Citron Phase 1, a happy community of 130 plus happy families. The project offers ready infrastructure and amenities. Spread over 5 acres, 15-story L-shaped towers offer 1 and 2 BHK apartments and wide open spaces. Homes that not just take care of functionality but also offer vibrancy, peace and freshness in living. Your life here is imagined through a fine mix of lifestyle features like ready clubhouse, swimming pool, modern gymnasium, multi-purpose court, senior citizen sit-outs, children's play area and community hall. It's a world that promises more than you ever imagined. Growing in parallel to the recent developments, celebrates the modernity of future and the happiness of a perfect opportunity. An address to begin your journey towards fulfillment and become part of a success story. A joint development by Manisha Constructions and Vascon.
स्मार्ट घर EMI सही.
सुंदर परिसर भरपूर सोयी.
अब लाइफ को बनाओ गुड लाइफ. वास्कॉन गुड लाइफ.
घरासोबत सरकारी अनुदानही.
घरासोबत मुलांना भविष्यही.
अब लाइफ को बनाओ गुड लाइफ. वास्कॉन गुड लाइफ.
Okay. Check, check. Check, check, mic check. Ref mic check. Ref mic check, check. Check, check, check. Yeah, I welcome you all to the semi-final of the National Championship 2020. On table number 2, it's playing Saurav Kothari from PSPB against Brijesh Damani from PSPB. And the referee in charge is Junaid Ahmed from Delhi. And table number 1, Pankaj Advani from PSPB is playing against Dhwaj Haria from PSPB. 150 of best of all the best. All the best.
Welcome, all viewers. We now have an exciting semi-finals between Pankaj Advani and Dhwaj Haria. Dhwaj Haria, a two-time runner-up at the Nationals, is on screen right now. He's trying to make it to the finals, the third consecutive finals. Unfortunately, he hasn't yet clinched the national title. That's a great safety shot by Dhwaj,
Dhwaj Haria 2.
double balking Pankaj and getting both the balls back in the balk.
Miss. Dhwaj Haria 2.
Pankaj leaving his cue ball on the cushion and letting Dhwaj do all the hard work. Dhwaj has to now manage to revive Pankaj's cue ball and bring it into play. It's going to be interesting how he does that.
3. Dhwaj Haria 3.
An unforced error by Dhwaj Haria. The semi-finals is a best of 9 frames. It's going to be an interesting evening for all of us, for all the billiard fans. Hopefully, the semis is a fight between the two of them and is not one-sided. Pankaj having 23 world titles under his belt,
8.
over 24 national titles, right from his junior days till now.
10.
Dhwaj has come into the billiard scene in the past couple of years, 5 or 6 maybe. He's risen up the ranks fairly quickly. A lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of practice. He's been mentored by a couple of coaches, right from Ashok Chandelier to Mr. Subhash Agarwal, Peter Gilchrist, Mike Russell.
15.
He's been a hungry learner and has been wanting to assimilate as much information as he possibly could. And now we see him
15.
on the national level, at the national level. Playing the long loser.
20.
A lucky cannon for Pankaj, the red to the yellow, giving him a good chance for a drop cannon, a soft drag kind of a shot. Just promoting the
22.
cue ball towards the red spot and the other 2 balls in the right places. Not having the perfect angle for the red pot.
25.
Pankaj opts for the in-off and now has left himself for another cannon to make.
27. 30,
Pankaj definitely is one of the best exponents of billiards.
33,
Is able to play all kinds of top table formats. The postman's knock, the floating white.
35,
He's able to be all around the table. He's a very busy visitor on the table,
38,
always scoring.
40, 43,
Pankaj setting himself very nicely on top table.
46, 48,
Pankaj generally sticks to the routine of 2 red pots and a cannon. He gives himself the opportunity to score faster with the same amount of shots by
51,
potting more of the reds than making cannons. To let you know, a red pot or red enough gives you 3 points. and a
54,
cannon gives you just 2.
56, 59, 61, 64, 66,
Pankaj is very comfortable playing the floating white, where you see the white floating around the red spot. He's able to manipulate it by tapping it to the left and right of the red
69,
spot, always keeping it in play.
71,
Seems that he's just going to go for a simple pot and create the chance to tap the yellow back into the magic
74.
box.
$76,
A tad too fast, but that gives him a chance to play the floating once again. Pankaj may not have the angle to stay for a cannon, and was just checking and double checking whether he can get a white and off after he spotted this ball. The white and off from there will give him a chance to
79,
get the yellow into the optimum position for top table. And very well played.
81, balkline warning, 83,
Staying for the red pot.
86, 89, 92.
Pankaj had potted 2 reds off the spot, and hence the red moved to the blue spot, which is the center spot, and now will come back to the original.
95, balkline crossed. '97.
A bit of roll, and Pankaj should be able to get this red in off.
'100.
And that gives us the first century.
'103. '106.
Going for another long loser. This time in the right pocket. That gives him a chance.
109.
To drop cannon, but I think he's played it slightly harder than we would have liked. We'll probably now go for the red pot and probably play a stop ball, giving him the cannon as his next shot.
'112. '114.
A well-controlled cannon. A crucial pot, this one. It's never easy potting reds from those angles.
'117.
A break of 120. 30
120.
points away from clinching the first frame, Pankaj.
'122.
Going back to the other side.
125.
You would have liked to miss the
130.
yellow and come on the other side.
132.
Has made a decent cannon and has left himself on for a red in off. A little bit of right side and a little stun should do the trick.
135.
Going for a center in off on the right center pocket. That would make the red ball travel towards the yellow.
138.
That's what many call as gathering.
$140.
He's played that cannon very well, Pankaj, giving himself the yellow in off as the next option and allowing him to send
$142.
Dhwaj's cue ball to the optimum position, which is top table.
$144. 146.
4 points away.
$148.
We'll probably see another pullback cannon, giving him the first frame.
150 and game. Pankaj Advani.
An unfinished 150 by Pankaj. Dhwaj starting the second frame. Pankaj attempting to play a safety shot here. But I think Dhwaj can see the red. The question is, can he get the in off, or does he have to go for the pot? He's gone for a cannon instead. And well played.
2.
Crucial pot, this one. He'd like to stay somewhere near the middle of the table, but I think he
6.
had the insurance in mind and hit it harder. He would now double balk Pankaj.
Area 6. Miss. Dhwaj area 2. Sorry. Three. Six.
We all would like to see more of Dhwaj now, and wanting it to become 1-all. Everyone likes a good fight. And like in all cases, we have a favorite and a less favorite. In my opinion, we have a challenger and a champion. I'm calling Dhwaj a challenger because he's yet to win this title. Pankaj has had a couple of them
11.
already. Dhwaj, a very dedicated and sincere player,
13.
very hardworking, and definitely maintains a very good rapport on and off the table with all fellow players. always ready to learn, wanting to learn, always trying to add more to his arsenal. He's trying to attempt
Dhwaj
a
Haria,
pot
13.
and leave himself on for a white and off, but wasn't to be so. I think he played that slightly faster than his regular rhythm. He may have had a better result had he taken his time. Pankaj now evaluating his options.
Three. Six.
The Dhwaj now is going to try and manipulate the red towards the center bottom of the table. I'm sure he would only have one thought in mind,
9.
and that is how he can get back on top table.
Eleven.
Playing a soft cannon there. He's left with a relatively decent pot on the red, but he's
13.
choosing to live dangerously. It's turned out well for him though. Just ensuring that he has another red pot from the spot, and it seems he has it. You know the red isn't
16.
going into the left pocket. With that angle, he can yet make the cannon. But it seems he has a red pot in place.
Nineteen.
The red was spotted twice off the spot,
22.
which Dhwaj was aware of. He's played for that wide and off. And will be interesting to see
24.
what he does from here. Preferably play the red, get it back to the center pocket, and then he would like to start playing the white and off and develop that in the center too. Not the perfect shot, but got the result he
27.
wanted. I think the red is fairly nicely placed there, and as I said, now he'll start working the white. Not with the best of strength.
9.
He may look for the long loser again, but he's taking the safe mode, and rightly so. The idea now should be to occupy the table, spend as much time on the table, and keep Pankaj off the table.
32.
Build that momentum in his favor and try and close this game to make it 1-all. would like to mention that we have
35.
our sponsors, Manisha Constructions and Vascon Engineering, our title sponsors. They've been immensely graceful and have given us this opportunity to showcase the national talent in a better way.
Dhwaj, yeah, 35.
Another unforced error by Dhwaj. Not leaving too many options for Pankaj now, but it seems that he has the angle for a cannon. He may opt for a two-cushion cannon. I'm not sure if he also has the in-off in place on the left pocket. He did have it, but it is unfortunate that the yellow went into.
4.
So typically what happens now is the player will play a couple of red in-offs and pots and eventually double balk.
Seven.
Playing with some good strength there, and the white near the pink spot gives a decent chance for Pankaj to manipulate the red back in the center. But he's taken a shortcut here. He's
13.
going to be giving 2 points away as a foul, and allow Pankaj to make an error. I'm sorry, Dhwaj to make an error.
Miss Pankaj Advani, 13. Dhwaj Haria, 2.
Pankaj leaving himself in a very good position there. Dhwaj now needs to take a call if he'd like to try and disturb that, or would like to play away and keep his cue ball somewhere safe.
Miss Pankaj Advani, 2.
Pankaj checking for the angle of how he can revive the yellow back into play. Just wanting to be sure of his positioning right now. We see him gauging the angles. Not being too confident of those angles, he's chosen to come to the
3.
top of the table. Pankaj is a brilliant snooker player
6.
as well, and his spotting skills are second to none. So it's very easy for him to switch from billiards to snooker and make his recoveries with his pots. He's now attempting to leave his cue ball just perfectly in the angle where he can
9.
cannon the yellow and bring it back into action.
11.
Interesting to see that kind of speed on the ball. It's worked out very well for him. He'd now like to play this cannon a little faster.
13.
A thin in-off on the red.
Sixteen.
Just wanting to be sure of the cannon after the red pot in the center. He needs to follow this towards the cushion. He's got a decent angle there for a in-off, but I'm not too sure if he would go for it. Uncalculated. The cannon.
Pankaj Advani, 22.
An unforced error by Pankaj. I think Dhwaj has a decent chance to make that in-off in the center pocket off the red. And if he's able to control it well, he should leave himself on for a drop cannon. All depends on the angle of the in-off. Seemed like he didn't want to take any chances
3.
in terms of the speed and wanted to ensure that he gets the red in off. Going for the long loser now and quickly changing his mind. And again.
Five.
He's left himself with a relatively easy cannon and should be able to create
7.
the angles of the top table now. He will have to have some patience as he has to have one more in off. And now that gives him the optimum chance
10.
to get back to top of the table. It's crucial now that Dhwaj connects the white on the left side of, or he has a chance of the balls covering up.
12.
And this is exactly what I thought. The contact on the white is extremely important.
Dhwaj Haria, 12.
Seems like Dhwaj miscued while attempting the cannon and has left Pankaj
2.
on top table. Do you think we're going to see another unfinished?
4.
Time will tell.
Seven.
The angle of a pot. He needs to create the angle for a cannon now, which he has.
10. Settle down, please.
This kind of a bridge is what many prefer as Chinese. A Chinese shot is what they call. When you have
12.
to raise a bridge over another ball and try and cue.
14.
A lovely double kiss shot by Pankaj, ensuring that Dhwaj's ball stays exactly where it is.
Seventeen. 19. 22. 24.
Not the best cannon, but he seems to have a way out of it. Not much to his liking. Seems like there's some chalk residue on the cue ball, disallowing it from rolling a lot.
26.
He's going to now attempt to go for another cannon and successfully making it. He's also left himself with a decent chance to make the yellow in off in the bottom right cup pocket.
Pankaj Advani, 28.
We don't see Pankaj giving so many chances in a frame, and I think every such chance needs to be grabbed by both hands.
Two. Dhwaj Haria, 2. Miss. Dhwaj Haria, 2. Two.
Not the best result for Pankaj, but he had to make the cannon somehow. And I wonder if you're going to see a fancy round the table shot with a lot of side and power. He seems to be lining up for a red in off, but I think he's changed his mind now. Not very sure of what he should do. He's changed his mind again. And he's just gone for some safe play here.
Pankaj
Very smart
Advani,
of him
2.
to let Dhwaj get impatient. Let's see what Dhwaj does now. Does he show his impatience by attempting a cannon, or reciprocates with another safety play? The problem is Dhwaj is unable to push Pankaj's cue ball further towards the cushion, because that leaves Pankaj on with a red in off on the left bottom pocket. So it seems that he may be just forced to make an attempt. He's tried to play safe here, but I think he's left Pankaj with two options. a cannon and an in-off. And he's got two options of the cannon as well. He can go the yellow to red or red to yellow. A little bit too much side.
Three.
A great long jenny by Dhwaj. Scores now reading Dhwaj 77 to Pankaj 67. And this game is for anyone's taking right now. We've seen a couple of unforced errors by both players.
7.
And it's going to be an exciting game for all of us. Good enough by Dhwaj
10.
with some good speed, ensuring that the red comes out of the block. I think with this he's going to try and attempt going for a cannon, and he's going to try and promote the red ball towards the center pocket.
12.
It lacked a little speed. But now what Dhwaj is going to do is probably pot Pankaj's cue ball and try and attempt a double balk. And now we have Nishad joining us back. Nishad actually had a snooker tournament, a snooker double elimination, which he has won. I can't say comfortably because it went to the wire.
Yeah.
And but we have him now with us.
Yeah,
Welcome,
no,
Nishad.
it was way too close, and I won it. I managed to win it in the end. But nonetheless, thank you for having me. I'm pleased to join you all for the semi-finals of the Indian National Billiard Championship between Dhwaj and Pankaj. This is sort of a clash of generations, which is exciting to watch. And hopefully, Pankaj is Pankaj. He's the celeb and the player to beat in any tournament he plays.
And the player to watch always.
And the player to watch. And that's an excellent shot by Dhwaj. But hopefully Dhwaj is the
14.
new upcoming kid on the block. I know he's been around for long, but in billiards, he's still young. So I hope he'll make some upsets today. I mean, it'll be the biggest upset if he managed to beat Pankaj, but I hope at least it's a close game.
Unlike the morning quarterfinals where we saw sort of thumping away to victory with some splendid breaks, all centuries. And just to update you, since you're playing your match, Pankaj in the first frame, he hit an unfinished 150. So
17.
the opening was quite exciting,
Yeah.
but if it continues the same way, it can get a little dull for our viewers,
Absolutely.
because everybody wants a challenge.
19.
And as I mentioned earlier, that we right now have a champion and a challenger. I've been calling Dhwaj a challenger because he's yet to win this title.
Right.
This is his third attempt. An unforced
Dhwaj
error
Haria,
by
19.
Dhwaj again.
And he's left Pankaj on with
a
a
beautiful
easy,
position.
easy yellow in off in the center pocket. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure there will be, one or two close and scrappy frames, and this seems like it's going to be one, and is essential if Dhwaj wants to challenge Pankaj. He needs to win those scrappy frames. That will put Pankaj under pressure.
That's
because
right. I haven't seen Pankaj make so many unforced errors that he's made in this one single frame alone. This is Dhwaj's 5th or 6th visit on the table, and generally Pankaj is known for finishing his frames. So,
well, that goes to show, he's not superhuman.
of course,
He's making errors, but yes, it's very unusual for him to make errors. And he would have liked the red to bounce off the cushion. He's in a slightly awkward spot now. He's going to have to play the knock of the yellow, which is with side. One of the hallmarks of Pankaj's game is his ability to recover from tough spots.
Yes.
And that's the reason why he's won so many tournaments.
Also not to miss his mental strength. He's one player who's extremely resilient, and results really don't affect him. If he, I've seen him actually lose a match and coming back stronger in the next one. So that's something which is fantastic, and something which everyone should learn from Pankaj, which is just being mentally totally conditioned and
13.
In focus. It's brilliant to see a combination of skill as well as psychology.
No, absolutely. Like all champions in sport, they score when it matters the most, and Pankaj is exactly the same. And
well, I can safely say that he's hitting hard where it hurts the most. With the amount of titles that he's won over these years, it's only befitting to call him one of the greats of this game.
definitely, he's definitely one of the greatest of all times, I would say. I would go on to say. And
Winning 3 titles and counting. For now.
actually, it would be good to find out how many national titles he has won. I'm sure
20.
It's,
Well, I don't have the
more
correct
than
figures,
10.
but it's over 30.
over 30.
It's over 30 right from his sub-junior, junior and senior days. He's collected over a few 30 titles. So it's amazing the kind of titles that he's got and the amount of them that he has.
22.
Wow, that
Very
was a really
fortunate using the jaws and yet getting thrown back to top of the table, the red.
Although he played it in a way where he was leaving himself the option, he always was going to have the yellow in off in the center, which he's playing now. But yes, he was fortunate to get the red in play as well.
And it seems to me that he's going to attempt to now bring the red back into play, but he's changed his mind. I think that he's able to, or he changed his mind again. He's going the conventional way of bringing both the balls to the center, developing them back into top table and going back to the business end.
And I won't be surprised
27.
now if Pankaj makes an unfinished break and scores 150 to win this frame. I would be shocked if he doesn't do that, and if he gives Dhwaj a chance in this frame.
Correct. Now we're just 56 points away. It seems hard to see Pankaj
30.
not win this frame. He's left himself with a relatively good cannon.
He's going to have to play this with check side though, which could pose a little bit of a difficulty in terms of getting a good contact on the red.
Yep.
But let's see how this turns out. An
And he's
excellent
played
contact
that
on the
very
red.
well.
32.
In fact, he couldn't have played it any better.
I think he's going to play with a little bit of more side and come back to the other side of the spot. Gives him a chance to tap the yellow back into the magic
35.
box, which is just around the red spot, just below the red spot. And I think he's
37.
back in business now.
Yeah, this is looking ominous for Dhwaj now in this frame.
40.
So this is the semi-finals between Pankaj and Dhwaj Haria.
43.
And the other semi-final is going on another table between Advani and Saurav Kothari.
46.
Were you able to update yourself while coming in here for the score? Because the last I know was the first frame was slightly scrappy and both of them were around the 100 mark.
Unfortunately, no,
49.
I wasn't able to find the score, but I'm sure we'll be able to get you guys an update soon.
51.
And
54.
Pankaj is already on 121 points. He just needs 29 more to clinch this frame, and it's very hard for me to see
57.
if he's going to miss it from this position.
59. 62.
What do you think, Rishabh? For Dhwaj to pose a real challenge to Pankaj, he's going to have to really, for Dhwaj to pose any challenge to Pankaj, he's going to have to come all guns blazing. In
67.
the next frame. He's going to have to try
Of
and
course.
win the frames in one or at the most two visits.
Of course, Nishad. We need to see the Dhwaj Haria of the previous match right now, being down against Sri Krishna and then coming back was commendable. I think that is something we're going
69.
to see here again. And the only thing I think, or rather I feel, is the unforced errors by Dhwaj. If he can avoid making those, I think he's going to be pretty solid on the table. But
Yeah, absolutely.
72.
Again, Pankaj was slightly out of position. He played a recovery double case cannon, and now he's relying on his snooker prowess by using pots to score and win this frame. And that's another weapon that Pankaj possesses
75.
in his armory.
Of course, we're just now 8 points away. He's just busy calculating how he needs to finish this frame. He's already potted the red once off the spot, so now let it go back in the center. And with a lot of side, he's tried to maneuver himself back towards the center of the table.
78.
Now with 5 points away from the second frame, I think a decent pot in the center, and he's actually trying to get into position for a cannon. I thought he would prefer just coming back down the table for a pot, because anywhere from the right side of the table, if he overdoes his position, he always has a cannon to make and get those 2 points. It would be interesting to see what he chooses to do now.
I think he would have liked the red. He would have liked more angle on the red to comfortably play for the pot. I think because the angle is slightly less, he's making sure that he plays for the cannon, since he just needs 2 points, and he doesn't need to worry about where the balls are going next. And I think that's the
81.
reason he probably played for the cannon. This is slightly a forcing cannon, but I'm sure he's going to get it.
83 and game Pankaj Advani.
Pankaj wins the second frame. We'll be right back with you. It's going to be a 2-minute break. Thank you.
Life is all about a new start every day. A new step towards progress. To become what we imagined. And to make the dreams a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps and banks close to your home. What adds to your advantage are the proposed developments such as the under-construction 6-lane Nagar Road linking Wagholi to Eon IT Park, proposed ring road from Ambegaon to Wagholi, proposed 4-lane flyover linking Wagholi to Shikrapur, and proposed 36-meter wide DP road which offers growth and a bright future. Welcome to Citron Phase 2 at Wagholi. 1 and 2 BHK apartments. Experience a fine mix of lifestyle, space, comfort and quality with your home. Part of the Citron Phase 1, a happy community of 130 plus happy families. The project offers ready infrastructure and amenities. Spread over 5 acres, 15-story L-shaped towers offer 1 and 2 BHK apartments and wide open spaces. Homes that not just take care of functionality but also offer vibrancy, peace and freshness in living. Your life here is imagined through a fine mix of lifestyle features like ready clubhouse, swimming pool, modern gymnasium, multi-purpose court, senior citizen sit-outs, children's play area and community hall. It's a world that promises more than you ever imagined. Growing in parallel to the recent developments, celebrates the modernity of future and the happiness of a perfect opportunity. An address to begin your journey towards fulfillment and become part of a success story. A joint development by Manisha Constructions and Vascon. Life is all about a new start every day. A new step towards progress. To become what we imagined. And to make the dreams a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps and banks close to your home.
Dhwaj seems like he's queuing for a cannon. And he has got the cannon,
2,
but not in the best of positions now. We'll have to do a couple of more recovery shots. going for another cannon now. He would actually like the cannon to be from the top of the red. He's hit that ball pretty thin.
Dhwaj Haria 2.
Pankaj would fancy going for this red pot because that leaves him in a decent position to get to the center in terms of an in-off. But it seems that he's going to be screwing the yellow. But not to be so.
Dhwaj attempted the connection pot there and he's missed it. The connection pot could always be dicey, leaving his left Pankaj on a screw in off of the red in the center. And Pankaj played it really well.
2.
He's
Six. Eight.
A decent cannon by Pankaj, but he'd like the white ball, his cue ball, to move slightly more away from the red. But he has the in-off, and he's played a thin one, keeping himself available for another red in-off.
11.
yes, and Dhwaj really attempted a difficult shot, and he left Pankaj on with an easy opening. If Dhwaj needs to make an impact in this match, he really needs to take his chances,
14.
and he can't afford to let Pankaj in with easy openings. The champion that Pankaj is not gonna, he's gonna make him pay.
Definitely. Pankaj now attempting the long loser and successfully getting it. It's going to be
17.
interesting to see the kind of approach that Pankaj now takes. He's going to play a couple of these long losers, because I think at any given point he does have
20.
the advantage of a cannon with where the yellow is placed. And I think he's going for it now.
Yeah, he's playing that shot right now, and he's going to bring the red to the opposite corner pocket, and that's what he's done.
22.
The yellow is not ideally placed now. I think he would have liked it to be slightly away from the cushion. Now he's going to have to play 2 or 3 shots with the red before he attempts to bring the yellow back into play.
That's right. So I think he's just going to play the conventional billiards now, pot the ball and try and create the
25.
angle for a yellow and off.
I think he would have liked it to be slightly lower on the red, but he's fine because Pankaj's spotting is very strong. Oh, he's attempted the cannon.
27.
Not a very easy shot for now. The yellow is going to get towards the center, or maybe at least half of the
29.
table, which is near the pink or in line with the pink. But a couple of recovery shots right now by Pankaj, very unseen.
Yes.
These kind of shots by Pankaj. He's
Absolutely.
always in a commanding position, in the right spots.
Yeah,
32.
that's the thing. But the thing with Pankaj is, even if he's playing his B game, which is all-round billiards, he's still very strong. And by the time he gets his rhythm and goes to the top, he's usually already scored 50 or 60 points.
That's correct.
See, again, he wanted a fuller cannon on the yellow, but he caught it thin, and he's not ideally placed. He's going to have to play the stun cannon and bring the red back out of balk. Oh, he's actually just
39.
attempted to place the red in block, and now he's left with a really difficult in-off or a pot. I believe he's probably gonna play the pot. See, that's the thing.
Getting that in the center of the pocket and the cannon as well. I think he just tried to get both of them in action together, and he has successfully done so.
This is really the hallmark
44.
of Pankaj. This was not an easy shot by billiard standards, but since he's such a strong snooker player, he easily managed to pot that red, and he's still continuing his break.
47. $49.
And Pankaj is left with a red in off, a screw in off in the right hand side corner pocket.
Do you think he has? Just before I asked, I was just trying to see if he is able to leave the red
52.
in position for a cannon, and he executed the shot.
It's going to have to play it with slight left running inside, but it should be okay, and that's
50.
a good shot. He's left himself in off of the red in the left hand corner pocket. But I must say, Pankaj is still not in full flow. He's still
57.
he's managing to score, but he's still struggling to get the balls to the top.
That's right, Nishad. He's not the Pankaj we saw in frame 1. Frame 1 was a different Pankaj altogether, in complete control, playing the right game, playing the right shots, and getting into the right positions. The last two frames, what we have seen of him has been slightly unlike him. Obviously, it gives all of us a nice insight in how we can recover from the shots that we've played, the way he has recovered. So I think it's good for our viewers. But in terms of, I think, billiards, it's not up to Pankaj's standard.
Definitely. But that was a really good cannon. He managed to control 3 balls in that cannon, and
63.
again he wanted a little bit more for the red to run, but it did not, and he was left himself with an in-off. And again he's back in a position where he needs to play the drop cannon.
So, Nishad, having played on this table, I feel that the balls are splitting slightly more than they should. So, having a slightly wider
68.
angle for a drop cannon sometimes pays off very well, because you get the right contact that you're looking for. That is something that Saurav and I were discussing after our match, where I noticed that most of his cannons were going, or rather hitting the object ball on the other side
Right.
of what he was trying to, and he consistently
73.
was doing that. So that's the discussion I was having with him, and I believe the conditions on all these tables are almost the same. The conditions obviously are fantastic.
76.
The roll of the ball, the roll of the bed, the cushions is fantastic. I think it's just that we as players have to get used to these conditions and make the most of what we can. And Pankaj is one such exponent. I've never seen him
79.
say too much about the conditions as much, and he's always there trying to figure out how he can actually adjust to the table, because the conditions are same for both the
82.
players.
Balkline 1.
And one of his strong points is that he's the first one to adapt to those conditions. This is my observation of his game, and I think that adaptation gives him the little extra
85. Balkline cross.
Edge.
Of course.
No, absolutely. And the thing with Pankaj is, he is not in prime position, but still
87.
he's managed to score almost a break of 100 by just playing recovery shots. And that's, it's very difficult to beat an opponent who just does not let you get on the table.
90.
And Pankaj is doing exactly that. And as you said,
92.
I think one of the other reasons why Pankaj adapts so fast all the tables is because he plays a very simple brand of billiards. He sticks to basics and
Most of the time.
most of the time, and you know he's usually controlling one ball or two balls at the most, unless and until he gets the hang of the table. And I think that's a great thing to learn if any young people are watching.
Very true, Nishad. When you see him play, it just seems that this
98.
game of billiards is so simple. It's just a tap here, a tap there, and the
100.
balls are always in play. It's when you come on the table and when you're trying to control it, does one realize that there's so much more to this three-ball game. With
103.
the kind of side that you need to control with, the stun, the pullbacks, the little
105.
nuances here and there is what actually makes this entire game so interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, once
108.
Devendra Joshi, a good billiard player who's not playing, he's the current BSFI secretary, I believe.
110.
He's not playing. He once told me that you know, you play all kinds of shots in top table, in close range. You need to have all you play all the stunts, all screws, follows, all kinds of shots that you could possibly
113.
play in this game within close range. And one of the deceptions of billiards is
115.
you know, if a good player like Pankaj is playing, it looks ridiculously easy, and it makes you feel like you can do that too. But you know, that's where the deception lies, and
Correct.
it takes years and
118.
years to hone this control.
Very rightly
120.
said, Nishad. Mr. Joshi is another exponent of billiards. It's
123.
fantastic to see him play. This game is unfortunate that he's not participating. The kind of touch that he shows us on top table is just brilliant.
126.
And Pankaj is now on a break of 126, and Dhwaj is on 2. He's not let Dhwaj come to the table
129.
after Dhwaj missed that connection pot that he tried. And this is again hallmark of Pankaj's game. He really
132.
really the hallmark of Pankaj's game, where
134.
really capitalizes on the opportunities that the opponent gives you. And even now, this whole frame, he was not in prime position all of the break, but he managed to keep himself going and keep scoring and didn't let the break end.
137.
Right, Nishad. This has been such a scrappy frame from Pankaj's standards. Not playing too much of the top table, not playing the long losers, just canning the balls here and there, and yet scoring so
140.
many points. Scoring a century just by playing this game. Now he's come
142.
to the business end and he just needs about 10 odd points. It just shows that there's such a variety in his armory. Even if he's not feeling good
145.
on some occasions and not able to get, or rather not able to control the balls,
147.
he's yet able to stay on table, occupy that time, and keep the opponent
150
away.
and game Pankaj
And
Advani.
there you have it. He's made a break of 150 and hasn't given Dhwaj any chance to come back on the table. And now the score is 3-0. And we'll be right back with you in a couple of minutes.
Dhwaj now starting the third frame. Will be interesting to see if Pankaj goes for the cannon. It'll be interesting to see if he goes for a one cushion cannon or more, or is he just going to try and drag the ball towards the pocket. now attempting a thin cannon from the white to the red. He's been lucky and unlucky. Unlucky because he would have preferred the cannon,
2.
and lucky because he's back on the table. But he's yet left with a lot of work to do. Assessing his various options. I think the best option for Dhwaj right now would go for would rather be to go for the cannon, and my personal opinion would be to use as many cushions as possible for the cannon. That's a brilliant shot by Dhwaj.
4.
It was never easy, that pot.
Dhwaj Haria, 4.
And double balking Pankaj.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rishabh, I think Dhwaj really needs to win this frame.
Miss Dhwaj Haria,
and
2.
not just for Dhwaj's sake, but also for our sake, hopefully, because if Dhwaj manages to win this frame, he'll, we hope for a much more competitive final.
I think winning this one frame would give Dhwaj a little
3.
more confidence. He would also feel psychologically a little more comfortable on the table. And because right now I think he always has that pressure on the back of his head that a
6.
single miss is as good as saying bye to the frame. With Pankaj not firing all guns, he does have a couple of chances, as you've seen in the past frames, but Pankaj will never be in the same
9.
mode all the time. Pankaj too will gather his thoughts, his momentum, and start firing.
Yeah, but also the thing with Pankaj is, in 2 frames he's made breaks of 150 each. So in 2 frames he's finished the frame in 1 visit. Even if
12.
he's struggling to not play his A game, and that actually sometimes can, as an opponent, make
14.
you more scary, because you can see you can see that your opponent is making breaks with recovery shots, and Pankaj did exactly that in the 3rd frame.
That's right. Dhwaj now just verifying this shot of his would make a big difference in the game. He's trying to actually manipulate the speed of the white to try and keep it in the center, but I think his first priority should be making that enough. I think it doesn't matter where the white goes because it's naturally coming out of the balk and will always be in play. It seems that Dhwaj is trying to make his enough slightly more easier.
I believe, yeah, and I think he opted for the right
17.
option, because he had a control over the ball when he potted the red, and he left
19.
himself for place for a half ball in off of the white, and now he's back in prime play.
That's right. I think this is going to be a crucial shot for Dhwaj. This in-off will give him the drop cannon he's looking for. And
He played it well.
and now I think if he
21.
gets his connections the right way, in the right directions, we should be able to see Dhwaj on top table. And let's hope that he doesn't have any unforced errors.
23.
And he played it really well. He's got the perfect contact on the red, and also the white is in really good position. I hope for Dhwaj's sake and also for our audience's sake that Dhwaj makes a big break here, at least a
26.
break of 100, if not 150.
Nishad, he needs just about 118 points. I think he needs to get himself on the screen now. He needs to get himself on the scoreboard.
29.
and push this to a 3-1 if he needs to see himself challenging
31.
the champion.
Yes, and he's very well capable of doing that. Yesterday, in his round of 32 match, he got 3 century breaks, and I believe a couple of them
34.
were 150s in the best of 5 match. So Dhwaj is very well capable of compiling a 150 break. I must say, in the previous match, which was an exciting game between Dhwaj and
37.
Sri Krishna, Dhwaj really managed to come back and win an
39.
awesome match where Sri Krishna was on 147 and he missed an easy red, and Dhwaj was on 41 and he managed to clinch the match from that position.
Well, actually,
42.
the score was 147 and Dhwaj was about 100 points away from victory. He managed to win from there. So it is commendable
Yeah.
to make a comeback of those sorts. We have an update from
45.
the other table. We have Saurav Kothari now leading in the second frame, 106 to
47.
61. Saurav has already won the first frame. So if Saurav managed to make the balance 44 points, we should be seeing a 2-0 lead over Brijesh in the
50.
second semi-final.
And Dhwaj is playing the 369, leaving himself for a red pot in the center, and he'll pot this red in the
53.
left center pocket and will head back straight to top table. The white is in perfect position for his break to continue.
And he's done well with the red
56.
pot. He's left himself with a fairly easy cannon. I think just this little nudge with
58.
right side, which he has done so, giving himself another red pot. And probably from here now he would, since the cue ball, Pankaj's cue ball is slightly
61.
towards the right of the center spot, he would be looking to double kiss if he has the angle with a little bit of left side that actually pushes the cue ball back into play. But
63.
I think he is more confident of displacing the white and getting the red and getting the cue ball back.
I think, yeah, he went for the safer option, and probably rightly so. He wants to make sure that he wins the frame in this visit. The score now
66.
is 69, plays 0, and he's left himself a slightly awkward cannon. He's going to have to play the cannon off the bottom cushion, and sometimes the balls tend to not end up in the perfect position. But this
68.
worked out really well for Dhwaj. He got a thin nudge on the white, which I don't think he intended, but he
A good shot by Dhwaj. Playing that with a little bit of
73.
side, ensuring that he gets the pot as well as a cannon. And it'll be interesting to see how he maneuvers the white back towards top table.
Yes. And I think the white is ideally placed even for
76.
an in-off from the D. So, that's an excellent shot.
A cannon from the red to the white would not give him the option of sending the red towards the pocket. It would send it away from the pocket. So it'll be crucial of what he does now. He's attempting a soft in a commanding position.
84.
Unfortunate that the white comes and hits the red back again. But I think
think
from
he
here
should
he
be
should be able
okay.
to maneuver himself.
Yeah. and the balk line warning will come up now once his break
87.
is between 80 and 100, which it is. So he's going to have to take his handball through the balk line and back again to top. Otherwise, he's going to have to
90.
discontinue his break. And I believe this is what you were talking about, the unconventional way of crossing the box.
93.
That's right. We saw that in the first frame with even Pankaj when he made the 150. This is the exact way he crossed the balk, where he stays short of the center and just comfortably crosses it, rather than coming around a couple of cushions and
96. Balk line cross.
that everything falls in place. I think this is just another way of being in command and ensuring that positioning is not lost in any circumstance. Now attempting the white and off.
And he played it really well. Another thing is Dhwaj, I'm noticing he's taking an extra
98.
second or two for his shots, and rightly so. That's a really good way to approach the game right now, because he can't afford to let Pankaj in,
100.
and he has to make sure that he wins the frame in this visit. And he is on his way to do so. The score now being 104, and Pankaj is still on 0.
He needs to miss this red pot and make the
Dhwaj
cannon.
Haria,
But,
100.
apparently he
Oh, that
he's
was
actually-
that was unexpected. That was a let off, which brings Pankaj back in play. And as we said in the morning, when a person misses on top table, more often than not,
3.
he leaves the opponent on in prime position, because the balls are already on top.
That's correct.
Just a quick update
5.
from the other semi-final. Saurav has managed to win the second frame, and the score is now 2-0. He's leading Brijesh Damani of Indian Oil 2-0.
7.
And back to our semi-final between Dhwaj and Pankaj. Dhwaj missed a really easy shot on a break of 104. Sorry, 106, and has left Pankaj with an opening.
I actually felt that he should have just gone for the cannon and ensured that he stays on the table, because
11.
those kind of pots are actually what many call it like the minus angle, where you can't really see the pocket. It's always tough playing those, and I felt that he should have taken the safer route, and he should have ensured that he's on the table and doesn't let Pankaj come on the table, at least in this frame.
14.
But having said that, we have Pankaj now on the table, and he seems to be in a commanding position. It'll be interesting for the viewers to see that he makes his 150 from here and clinches this frame.
And is very capable of
17.
doing that.
Of course, he's more than capable now, giving himself a lovely floating white.
19.
And I think a pot with another cannon should get him back into business.
Yes. And yeah, he's left himself a thin cannon of the yellow, which should push the
22.
yellow behind the red spot. But he's attempting a screw pot.
This is where his snooker skills come into play. He's so confident. I mean, any other
25.
person would
Would have
think
played
of,
the cannon.
or at least thought of, playing the cannon. But he was so clear in his thought process
Is 7.
for the pot. Again, this comes with a lot of practice, with a lot of routine, and they've played these kind of options time and again, and they know the problems they face in terms
29.
of trying to recover the ball and how they lose the ball in trying to play these thin shots. So I think it's just the practice which gave Pankaj the clarity to go for the red pot and not mess around with going for these cannons.
Yes, and also I think he played that cannon particularly because he didn't want to play a thin cannon with the yellow, and he went for the harder option instead to play for a better position.
31.
Which is a hallmark of a good player. And again, now he's left himself a drop cannon from yellow to red, and he's got an excellent contact on the red, leaving himself for a pot.
Mind you, Nishad, I don't think he has the red pot in the left pocket, and that's the reason why he's pulled this ball so much
36.
back to the other side. It will be interesting to see what he chooses to do now. Will he go for the pot, or he's going to stun for a cannon now?
This is not easy. This is slightly awkward. He would have liked to be in a more closer position for the pot, but Pankaj's potting is very strong, and again he made it look really easy.
That's right, Nishad.
41.
He's also left himself now with a relatively easy in-off. It'll actually promote the red in the center,
And he's missed. Oh,
but
that
is lucky.
Extremely lucky.
Is lucky.
That is extremely
Apologizing for the luck.
44.
I think it'll be now interesting to see if Pankaj goes for the in-off, because the yellow in-off will give him a natural angle for a drop cannon. So I think Pankaj is just accumulating himself back again and is weighing his options.
lucky. Yeah, from his standpoint, he missed the shot, so he just needs to recollect his thoughts. He had a sip of water, and now is just making sure that the balls are clean. All these, usually are mental tactics that player uses to sort of recompose themselves and approach the game with a
46.
fresher mind and try to stay in the present and play shot to shot. Pankaj has left himself a long loser of the yellow.
$48. $50.
And
52.
again, the yellow is above the spot, and Pankaj is still continuing his break. This is what is called by a few people as the reverse top table, when the yellow is just
55.
above the red spot. You can play a series of
57.
cannons to sort of slightly nudge the yellow and keep potting the red to score, and bring the yellow in a position to play a cannon where you can again bring the yellow behind the
60.
red spot. And usually you can score up
62.
30, 25, 30, even 40 points if your touch is really good in reverse top table.
That's correct, Nishad. I've seen Peter Gilchrist play this very often. He generally plays
65.
the regular top table, and at times he's playing this one as well. And with the touch that he has, he does a lot of damage, and it's very nice. The way he maneuvers the
68.
the yellow or the opponent's ball from the top
70.
of the red to the bottom of the red, and back and forth, and creating centuries there. So I think Pankaj is showing us just another style of
73.
top table,
Yeah.
and interesting for our viewers as well to see this
25.
kind of top table is.
And again, the contact on the yellow is perfect. It's moving in centimeters. It's just moving very slowly. He's nudging the yellow slowly up the table, and in the
78.
process is scoring heavily. And this routine is you can score pretty fast because you're
81.
getting
Walk-line
two
bowling.
pots in succession and then just getting one cannon. So
That's
it's
right.
3, 3, and 2. So it's 8 points in 3 shots, and that's
83.
what Pankaj is doing right now.
This shot gives Pankaj the chance, if he has the angle, to stun the yellow,
86.
but it doesn't seem so. So I think he's going to now attempt going for another red.
I think now he's going to have to
89.
go back up for the blue, and probably is going to leave himself low on the blue to cross the balk, since his break is 86.
That's right.
92.
I think he loves to cross the balk line this way.
As I said, he always likes to be in control. He doesn't want to play those 3 and 4 cushion shots, because I've seen many a times
95.
some of them really get stuck with the jaw and land up in awkward positions. So I think Pankaj is always trying to be sure of that.
And now his break has reached 95, and Dhwaj is on 106. So it's very well looking like Pankaj is going to win the frame in this visit,
100.
unless and until he runs out of position or misses some easy shot. The yellow is in prime
102.
position for playing the floating white top table, and it's very hard to see Pankaj miss from this position now. I must say he really got a lucky break with that fluking the red in the center.
Oh yes, and I've also noticed that in any match, the ball roll, many call it luck, it actually favors both the players. If it's favoring player A in the first half, it always switches
100%.
back to player B in the second half. So it's not that there's only one player always, getting ball roll, but it's both of them. But what makes a difference is who actually capitalizes on that ball roll. That's extremely important. Many actually falter in capitalizing those various options.
No, of course, and Pankaj is capitalizing, and more than capitalizing on the fortune that he got. He's not missed a shot since, and the score is now 115. Plays
116.
106. Sorry,
118.
118. Plays 106, and it doesn't look like he's going to miss, and it's very much looking like it's going to be 4-0.
121.
He's in a commanding position right now, Pankaj. He's on the top of the table. He has the balls in control, and
124.
his crossing line is not too far. Just 26 points away, and now
126.
24. I don't see why he should not win this frame now.
No, he's definitely going to win it, and most likely in
129.
this visit. It's going to be very
131.
difficult now for Dhwaj to make a comeback. He can't afford to lose any more frames. If Pankaj manages to
134.
win and makes it 4-0, he would just need one frame to progress into the finals.
True that. Pankaj has been extremely authoritative. If you check the frame scores, has been in a commanding position.
137.
Now that he's not given options to, or rather chances to, Dhwaj, but Dhwaj, due to his own
139.
unforced errors, somehow has faltered and has given the chance back to the champion.
Yeah, and now again,
142.
after a break of 100, Pankaj is on prime position in top table.
144.
And is playing the floating white now. The postman's knock. He's playing the postman's knock, where the opponent's cue ball is stuck on the cushion right behind the red
147.
spot.
149.
Geet Sethi was a great exponent of the postman's knock, if I'm
yes.
not wrong.
152 and game Pankaj
And
Advani.
there you go. Pankaj has made another break of 150 and has won the frame. So now in 4 frames, he's made 350 breaks.
Yeah, he's.
And the score now is 4-0. So it's going to be a slight break now, and we'll be back with you in a couple of minutes. Thank you.
Settle down, please. There's a spaces there. If you want to sit, you can come and sit. Don't stand here, okay? कोणाला डोकं पण देऊ नको.
We are back with the 5th frame, and Pankaj now on the table.
3.
Would like to say a hi to our viewers, and I hope they're enjoying this display of billiards. There's been a variety of billiards, actually, playing the top table, playing the overall game, playing a little scrappy as well, but it just shows that with precision and control, even a scrappy break is effective to give victory.
6.
Manisha, Vascon have been our
8.
backbones, the title sponsors of this event, and we thank them from the bottom of our hearts for their continuous support. Manisha especially. This is the 8th year, eighth consecutive year they have supported this game, and Mr. Rajan Khemsara has gracefully always given his time and resources
10.
to support. Mr. Khemsara is also the president of the Billiard and Snooker Association of Maharashtra, and I think he's just trying to ensure that this game doesn't suffer even with the lack of sponsors this year.
12.
The Billiard and Snooker Association of Maharashtra concluded the Para Snooker just yesterday. Para Snooker is for the less abled players, more popularly known as the disabled category, a term that we would not like to use often, but
14.
the less able category is what BSAM wishes to continue over these years, and would
16.
like the Federation of India to make this an annual event. I would like to say a hi to a few from our Q fraternity, Mr. Manoj Bilamoria,
21.
Shubhajit Roy, popularly known as Tobu, and also Abhishek
23.
Bajaj, and Sagar Desai as well. Sagar has been giving us a lot of feedback on WhatsApp of how we can actually improve our telecast, and I would like to
26.
thank him for that. Coming back to billiards, we now have the champion in total control and in cruise control, playing the top table.
29.
And
And I wouldn't be shocked
31.
if he, scores 150 and wins this match in style.
that's correct.
And a quick update from the other semi-final. Saurav Kothari is leading 2-0 and is leading by 50 points in the third frame.
34.
And Brijesh is on a break and he's on the table. So let's see what happens in that match.
Sure, Nishad. It'll be interesting to see if Pankaj
37.
winning this match and Saurav winning the other. It'll be a clash of the titans because
39.
both are national champions and both are world champions as well. So we'll have two of our very best locking in their horns for the coveted national
42.
championships.
Absolutely.
And if we have Brijesh or Dhwaj competing for the nationals, then we'll have two new champions emerging altogether.
47.
So it'll be interesting what happens and what's in store for us.
49.
Of course, but in this semi-final, it's definitely looking like Pankaj has a lot of upper hand now at the moment with the scoreboard, and it's a really uphill task for Dhwaj from this position.
52.
I really hope that he gets a chance and in this frame, which might not be the
54.
case, knowing how ferocious Pankaj can be.
That's right. I think that was a beautiful cannon that Pankaj just did right now.
56.
A very thin, soft cannon, and coming to the other side, manipulating the top table. I think it's just lovely to see the kind of shots that Pankaj is now displaying in total control. If you see the body language, he's just
59.
flowing with his shots, not queuing too many times. He has his focus in place and he knows what to do. He knows what the next shot is. All he's doing is executing and coming back into position.
62.
So it's nice to see this kind of positive body language by Pankaj.
64.
Very
Absolutely.
fluent. in
Yeah,
his-
and as we saw in frame 3 of this match, Pankaj scored 150 break with playing all-round billiards, and he was struggling
67.
to play on the top. But now he's seems to have regained his full
69.
flow, and it seems even harder for now for me to see if he's going to miss. And now he's showing us what a master of the game he really is.
72. 74.
And again bringing the yellow back just behind the spot in prime position to continue his break. I think the only thing that Dhwaj can hope now is if Pankaj makes an error while
77.
crossing the balk to continue his break.
But I
which
tell
would
you,
be-
the style that Pankaj crosses the balk, I don't see too many mistakes
80.
being made
Balk
there.
line warning.
We might, the break is now 80, so he's got the balk line warning. We might see Pankaj attempt
Two.
the 4 cushion point actually, or the quote unquote conventional way to cross the balk line. And I think he's going to play that shot now. And there you go. He's played it to perfection.
85.
He's
Balk line
definitely played to
crossed.
perfection. He's got the angle for the cannon. Just displaying all the
87.
shots that he has in his armory, and also showing us that it's not that he always likes the shorter route to cross the balk, and he can do this style as well.
Yes, and
90.
now the break is 87, and Pankaj is back in prime
92.
position. It's going to be. I don't see him missing from here. It's going to be a surprise if he misses actually.
95. 97.
Pankaj this whole tournament has just lost one frame. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rishabh. I think he just lost one frame to Neeraj Kumar in the
100.
quarterfinals. Other than that, he's been winning all his matches straight.
That's right, and he's winning it in
102.
style. The amount of time he's been taking just to finish frames is absurdly short. He's been on the table most of the time, and just not letting his opponents come on the table, hogging all the time, and scoring 600, 750 odd points in such a short span is just amazing, because it's not something which is so easy to execute, and he's doing it effortlessly.
105.
Yes, and now he's gonna play a cannon from the yellow to red and bring the yellow back. Or no, he's managed to play
107.
and keep the yellow behind the spot. And all this while we were seeing floating white from Pankaj, and now we might see the postman's knock.
110.
So
That's right,
we'll
that's
see
right.
everything in this break in terms of top
I
table.
think he knows that he needs to
112.
show everything that he has, and he's doing it for us, and it's good for us as viewers that he's displaying all of it.
115.
Yes, and
I would also like to mention that
117.
Vishal Gihani, another player from Maharashtra, he's given us a lot of inputs on how we can actually improve our telecast, our cameras. So I'd like to thank him for
120.
all his inputs, and also for a few others who've constantly been connecting with us and giving us
122.
all their inputs. It's I think we're just evolving as a sport in terms of getting to the masses, and any views, constructive criticism is always welcome.
125.
We want to make this a better broadcast. and,
127.
I
Yeah.
hope we're able to do a decent job.
very
at,
rightly said, Rishabh. Very rightly said. And you know, we are trying to bring this live from the PYC in the Gymkhana, and we
130.
would like to thank the club as well for allowing us to do that. And all your comments and suggestions are helpful in making the coverage better.
133.
That's right. I think this is just a matter of another 20 points, and
135.
And again, Pankaj has shown everything. He's shown us the reverse top table. He's shown us the floating white.
he's
and
shown
now
us a
he's
scrappy frame.
Yes, and now he's showing us postman's now.
138.
And Pankaj just needs 9 points to win this frame and progress into the final. Eventually, he's
141.
really, made it look really easy and not given Dhwaj any chances
143.
at all. It's mostly 1 or 2 visits. Actually, just 1 visit in all the 4 frames.
Yeah, and I think that one frame in which was a little
146.
scrappy, where both of them exchanged a couple of safety shots.
148.
Dhwaj had, he had his chances, but he
151.
couldn't-
Game and match Pankaj
he
Advani.
just couldn't take them.
And there you go.
And it's
Pankaj,
another
Well played.
a mammoth 150 by Pankaj, and just completely demolishing Dhwaj. A fantastic display by Pankaj. Many congratulations to him for making the finals. And now we will try and get our cameras to table 2, where we can try and at least cover a bit of
what's left of that semi-final.
left of the other semi-final. Give us a couple of minutes and we should be back.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
just to give you a quick update, the score
Life is all about a new start every day,
Saurav is leading 3-0.
a new step towards progress, to become what we imagined, and to make the dreams a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps, and banks close to your home. What adds to your advantage are the proposed developments such as the under-construction 6-lane Nagar Road linking Wagholi to Eon IT Park, proposed ring road from Ambegaon to Wagholi, proposed 4-lane flyover linking Wagholi to Shikrapur, and proposed 36-meter wide DP road which offers growth and a bright future. Welcome to Citron Phase 2 at Wagholi. 1 and 2 BHK apartments. Experience a fine mix of lifestyle, space, comfort and quality with your home. Part of the Citron Phase 1, a happy community of 130 plus happy families. The project offers ready infrastructure and amenities. Spread over 5 acres, 15-story L-shaped towers offer 1 and 2 BHK apartments and wide open spaces. Homes that not just take care of functionality but also offer vibrancy, peace and freshness in living. Your life here is imagined through a fine mix of lifestyle features like ready clubhouse, swimming pool, modern gymnasium, multi-purpose court, senior citizen sit-outs, children's play area and community hall. It's a world that promises more than you ever imagined. Growing in parallel to the recent developments, celebrates the modernity of future and the happiness of a perfect opportunity. An address to begin your journey towards fulfillment and become part of a success story. A joint development by Manisha Constructions and Vascon. Life is all about a new start every day. A new step towards progress. To become what we imagined. And to make the dreams a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps and banks close to your home. What adds to your advantage are the proposed developments such as the under-construction 6-lane Nagar Road linking Wagholi to Eon IT Park, proposed ring road from Ambegaon to Wagholi, proposed 4-lane flyover linking Wagholi to Shikrapur, and proposed 36-meter wide DP road which offers growth and a bright future. Welcome to Citron Phase 2 at Wagholi. 1 and 2 BHK apartments. Experience a fine mix of lifestyle, space, comfort and quality with your home. Part of the Citron Phase 1, a happy community of 130 plus happy families. The project offers ready infrastructure and amenities. Spread over 5 acres, 15-story L-shaped towers offer 1 and 2 BHK apartments and wide open spaces. Homes that not just take care of functionality but also offer vibrancy, peace and freshness in living. Your life here is imagined through a fine mix of lifestyle features like ready clubhouse, swimming pool, modern gymnasium, multi-purpose court, senior citizen sit-outs, children's play area and community hall. It's a world that promises more than you ever imagined. Growing in parallel to the recent developments, celebrates the modernity of future and the happiness of a perfect opportunity. An address to begin your journey towards fulfillment.
Nine. Twelve. 15. Rest. Seventeen. 19.
21. Twenty-six. 29. 32. 34. 37. 40. 42. 45. 48. 50. 52. 54. 56. 58. 61. 63. 66. 68. 71. 73. 76. 78. 81. Balkline warning. 84. 86. 89. 92. 94. 96. 99. 101. 103. 106. 109. 111.
We are now seeing table 2, and we have Saurav Kothari with 3 games to nil.
114.
Saurav, a national, Asian, world champion, and an Arjuna awardee himself. Recently won the national, the world championship in 2018. Seems to be in a very commanding position right now.
Hmm. 119.
Brajesh yet having to
No, by the time
start,
that spot is not okay.
or rather score, in this frame. 119 plays 0. It seems that Saurav is going to take this frame and make it 4 games to nil. This again being a best of 9 would put Saurav in the driving seat.
Yes, Rishabh, and let's see if he's able to get a 150 break
130.
In this frame, which is on his way to do. And now he's left himself a thin cannon of the yellow. It's gonna. Oh, he played the enough instead.
Which in many ways I think is a
133.
good shot to play, because it gives him a lot of options and less recovery shots. So I think he's taking the right call there by playing that. Crucial, this pot. I've seen him actually go for in-offs from that angle, but this time he's chosen to go for a red pot. Again, a very good snooker player, very skilled in
36.
And I think
potting.
he is perfectly on the red. He can just follow through the red ball and yes. And that's
as
what
you
he-
said, he's got the cannon now.
139.
Yeah, and this is what we call the mini drop cannon, where the yellow will be back again in the other back
141.
red spot. And with that, Saurav has reached. His break is now 144. He just needs 6 points to
144.
finish this frame
And
make
unfinished.
it 4-0. Yes, and it'll be a break of 150 unfinished.
147.
He's simply just going to let the ball cannon and pot.
152 and
And there you go. It's made a
Equal
break
to
of
Saurav
152,
Kothari.
and with that, the scoreline is 4-0 in favor of Saurav.
That's right. So
Both these semi-finals sadly have turned out to be one-sided so far.
true. Something which, as a viewer, I would actually want some resistance on both sides, which we didn't really see much.
fifth game. Saurav Kothari to game score
And,
4-0.
Saurav is going to break off in the fifth frame. Let's see if Brijesh manages to put up a fight in this frame, and he's very well capable of doing that. And that was a really good enough
Free.
of the red by Brijesh. And let's hope for
Five.
Brijesh's sake he manages to score heavily in this visit and put Saurav under pressure. Otherwise, it's turning out to be a really one-sided semi-final.
8.
Supreme.
11.
We've now got
14.
Brijesh on the table, another exponent of some good snooker. Has been a national champion in the past in snooker, and has been consistently playing some good billiards. Is
18.
being in the top 16 of the country.
Top 4 now, actually.
Top 4 now, his latest.
20.
So it's a good climb for Brijesh.
23.
And yes, let's hope for the audience's sake he's able to compile a good break and score heavily in this visit, making this and putting some pressure on Saurav. Otherwise,
25.
Saurav is well on his way to play Pankaj in the final tomorrow.
That's right.
And just a question, Rishabh. Not that I'm taking anything away from Brijesh. He's an excellent billiards player as well as an amazing snooker player. But would you call it, if Saurav manages to win this final and
Versus the money. 25.
reaches the final tomorrow, would you call it a battle of the champions if Saurav plays Pankaj tomorrow?
Definitely, I would call it Battle of Champions because both of them have won the snooker title as well. So they are champions in their own right. But when you compare it in this discipline, I think I would call it I would just call it the challenge of the grits, because Pankaj is a very gritty and gutsy player, and so is Brijesh. We've seen him time and again proving himself. So I think it's just that both of them are just fantastic players and fantastic ambassadors for India in Q Sports. All of them, not just Brijesh and Pankaj, but even Saurav. Mr. Alok Kumar, we see him in the background there, bending to play his shot. He's been a national champion in all formats, all possible formats of the game. 6 red, 15 red, 8 ball pool, 9 ball pool, billiards.
6.
He's been a champion, and he's been a champion in every format. So and is yet participating in these tournaments and consistently performing at a good level. It's fantastic to see him amongst the younger fraternity.
No, absolutely, and I believe he's also won an Asian title.
Yes, he has. Apart from the Indian, he's done a couple of those as well.
11.
And the badge that you see in the background, actually, just for our viewers' information, is the match for the 4th and 5th position. That's being played between Alok Kumar and
Neeraj Kumar. Is the clash of the Kumars.
The clash of the Kumars,
14.
yes. And Saurav is now back on the table. He just needs one frame to clinch this match, and he will beat Pankaj in the final tomorrow if he wins this game. I'm sure he would love to win this frame in one visit and show off some top table skills.
Both of them actually. Both of them are very good exponents of the top table and the all-round game. In fact, after the match got over, I was talking with Pankaj, and he himself said that yes, that 81 was a very scrappy one, but he was just trying to gather the momentum back in his favor because he wasn't getting the ball roll as much as he would like. But he was more than happy to be in the finals and especially hitting 4 150s. I think it's commendable to perform so consistently throughout the event and time and again. It's brilliant. Definitely something worth learning.
Yes, and that is really very high standard of play. If you're getting 4 150s in 150 up in 5 frames, then that is a really high standard. And it's going to take some beating to really put some pressure on Pankaj. And let's see who is able to challenge him. Is it going to be Saurav or if it's going to be Brijesh? Saurav really trying to play yellow and off in the right hand corner pocket, just making sure his half ball angle is correct. And he's managed to avoid the jaw of the center pocket and has brought the yellow back in and out of balk.
And that is something which he was actually apprehensive about. He was not too sure with that speed how the yellow ball would react, and that's the reason why he was taking his time and just being sure of the shot that he's going to play. But this shot now, I think would keep him in a commanding position. A good contact on the red and the yellow would get him on top table. It's important that he actually connects the red
28.
and the yellow. I think what he's done is just brilliant. He's back in position.
Do you think he's going to play it in and out of balk, or he's just going to play it and keep the ball near the center pocket?
No, I think he's just do a soft little stun because the cue ball, opponent's cue ball is on the left side of the spot, which gives him the natural angle to get back for a cannon. And I've actually, since you asked about this this question of coming round the table, I see the amateurs generally playing that shot, coming round the table. They just like the little flair there.
34.
But I've never seen all these professionals and seasoned players ever play that kind of shot unless required. They're always there, being in control, trying to move the balls as less as possible, so that they have complete control on what they're trying to do.
That was a really beautiful
36.
shot there. He just nudged the yellow.
That's right,
Uh,
into the right
behind-
position.
Yeah. And now he's left himself with an in off of red. Oh, he's overdid it. He's overhit it by wide a lot actually.
I think he's got it thicker than he
39.
expected. He was wanting to hit it thinner, but he's got it thicker, and because of that, the red just went past the blue spot towards the
Unfortunately
balk.
for him, the red is stopped just before the balk line, and he's able to probably play the shot Jenny.
A beautiful shot, this one.
A very beautiful shot, yes. Rishabh, for the understanding of our
42.
viewers, what could you tell us what a shot Jenny is, and why is it called that? If you know that the answer.
Well, the shot Jenny is actually is a great recovery shot. Most of the times it happens when you're trying to get the red towards the center pocket for a pot, but you sometimes overdo it with little extra side or power, and that's when the shot Jenny comes into play. It's a beautiful shot purely because you have to generate a lot of spin on the ball, and the way it's supposed to be played
49.
is you're always trying to aim at the second jaw with all the side, and with the side it actually drops in, it hits the jaw and it falls in, and that's why they call it the Jenny. But it's a beautiful shot, and with these spots on the ball now, we're actually able to see a lot better as to the kind of side that has been given on the ball and what is really happening, the reaction of the ball.
52.
It's quite a beautiful shot to watch. So there is the short Jenny and the long Jenny. They're actually recovery shots.
Right. And back again to the match, and Saurav played a drop cannon there. His break is now 54, and I don't think that worked out well for him. And as we were discussing in the morning, drop cannons can be tricky, and that is exactly a good example of why they can be.
Yes, there. But he seems to have a way out of it. I think this is a shot which he's played which is too quick. I'm not too sure if his tip lacked chalk, or I think he played it with very little thought.
Yeah, he rushed into it a little bit there. And again, as we can see, if a player misses when he's on top table, he's bound to, more often than not, leave your opponent on, and most likely in prime position.
6.
That's correct.
8.
Let's see how much Brijesh scores from this position. His score is 36 at the moment, and he needs another
11.
114 points to win this frame. Saurav is on 54.
Brijesh has the skill
14.
to finish this frame. The question is, does his mindset allow him to do so? Because the pressure does get on to even the best of the best.
17.
And this is a juncture where any mistake by Brijesh can result in losing this match. So the pressure is on.
20.
Absolutely.
22.
And Brijesh there. Brijesh is a unique brand of snooker billiards, as I would call it. His focus and onus is on potting the red ball as much as he can, and play around the spot as much as possible. Oh,
Brijesh the money.
That's an
25.
unforced error by Brijesh.
really easy
Something
miss.
which I've not seen him do in a while. Missing the red off the spot.
Do you think it's scoreboard pressure?
Three.
I apologize to our viewers. We're just experiencing some technical problems. We'll be back with you in a minute.
Yes, we are back. We are back now. Saurav now been gifted the chance to seal this frame. An unforced error by Brijesh.
Rishabh, do you think that was because of scoreboard pressure, or would you put it just lack of
I just think it was just a lapse in concentration or a lapse in focus. Brijesh generally is a very fast player and he plays with the flow. I think he may have just misjudged the angle a little and thus resulting in missing this. Brijesh has been in many awkward situations and has carved his way through those. So I don't think it was the pressure, just a little lapse in concentration. Having said that, I think Saurabh's had some fantastic recovery of these past few shots and is now there for the taking.
And his big drop cannon, he's got the red a bit thicker than he intended.
13.
And also the yellow is hampering the white, and it's not easy queuing. for
Yes,
them to play
the
red.
bridge is going to be slightly awkward, something which we call as the Chinese
Yeah.
bridge, where you got to
Yes.
raise your bridge, but I think he's just going for the pullback.
He's playing the screw back cannon, yes. And he's playing it really well.
15.
His whole point of the shot was to control the contact on the red. The yellow was not the ball of focus, I would say. And he's managed to do that.
That drop cannon now, a mini drop cannon of sorts.
It's slightly wider, so he's going to have to play it with a little bit of running hand side. And he's done
20.
that. Again, as we were reiterating, drop cannon, every time drop cannon can revert into different variables, and that's why it can be a risky shot. I'm sure he was not expecting the double kiss on the yellow, and he's left with a slightly awkward position now.
Good shot by him though, using the double kiss, and now I think a thin cannon with a little bit of right side should make the yellow ball move towards the spot, the red spot, and he should give him a pot as well.
24.
And played it really well there. Control the contact on the red really well. Now he's going to play a pot and stun up. Now he has an option of playing, following through the red pot, or he can play a cannon
27.
and gather the balls.
Do you think he has the option to go on the other side after potting the ball? Does he have the option
I'm
of
not
going
sure.
on the other side?
I'm not sure. He's probably going to play the gathering cannon. Oh, he played a stun pot instead, and again showing us how strong his snooker skills are.
30.
He's relying on his potting. He's going to go back up for the pot. And probably that's because he wants to cross the block. Apologies, no, sorry.
33.
That was just a score, but he's relying on his potting at the moment to get himself out of trouble.
It was a good shot by Saurabh, trying to come for the tap in
26.
for the in off, but he's slightly overdone that. It's always difficult to do it over a 12 feet length. It's never easy.
He just touched the
38.
red. That
And-
worked out amazingly well for Saurabh there.
That's right. That's right. Very lucky on this time. On this.
40.
And now he's back in prime position with the yellow ideally placed for a floating white top table position, and Saurabh, if he doesn't have any lapses in concentration, could very well finish this frame and the match in this visit. He just needs another 51 points to finish this frame. And the balls are ideally placed to score those points.
So I was discussing billiards with our champion, a world champion, Mr. Ashok Shandilya, and he was mentioning that irrespective of whatever is happening on the table, it's extremely important that you have the red in play. There are times when you have to take a call between losing the white or losing the opponent's ball, and he says that it's okay to do so till the time the red is in play, because he feels that there'll be a lot of chances that will be presented as you keep going ahead in the frame to revive the opponent's ball But the red ball is something that needs to always be in play because that's the one which comes back on the table, A, and B, it gives you maximum number of points. So it's always crucial to have the red ball in play. There have been times when we see the softer cannons just trying to maintain the yellow ball or the opponent's ball just near the top table, but it's okay to lose it for keeping the red ball in play, and that's where all the scoring comes in from.
No, very rightly said, Dervish. Red is
66.
the ball which does the bulk of the scoring, and that's the reason you see
68.
players playing two pots in succession and then playing a cannon in top table as well.
That's right. They're just being more productive with the same amount of shots played.
And now Saurav is back in prime position on top table. This variant of top table is called the floating white, where the yellow sort of floats around the red spot gently, and Saurav is a good exponent of that. And he just merely needs another 17 points to
79.
win this match, and I don't see him missing.
81.
I actually notice that he's actually executing his shots a lot faster. I think he's just in the flow. He's confident. He knows what he's doing, and I think this is for him something that he does day in and day out, which is playing top table. These shots, the pot of the spot, is the critical one. This is something which a billiard player should never miss because you're definitely leaving the other opponent on.
Yes, and just another 7 points needed, Saurav to win this frame, and with that the match. And with that the scoreboard moves to 146. He just needs 2 more shots to go to the final, play Pankaj tomorrow. And now we'll play the cannon, and with that he should be able to clinch the match. And there you go.
97.
Very dominating, very commanding
Match to
performance by
Saurav.
Saurav.
Both our matches, both our semi-finals were pretty one-sided, dominated by our two national champions and world champions. We will now have our finals at 1:30 p.m. tomorrow, and we look forward for you all to tuning in again. Until then, goodbye and good night. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed our coverage, and I urge you to join us tomorrow to watch the final between our two world champions, Saurav Kothari and Pankaj Advani, at 1:30 p.m. from PYC Hindu Gymkhana. Thank you all for joining in, and see you tomorrow.
Life is all about a new start every day. A new step towards progress. To become what we imagined. And to make the dreams a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps and banks close to your home. What adds to your advantage are the proposed developments such as the under-construction 6-lane Nagar Road linking Wagholi to Eon IT Park, proposed ring road from Ambegaon to Wagholi, proposed 4-lane flyover linking Wagholi to Shikrapur, and proposed 36-meter wide DP road which offers growth and a bright future. Welcome to Citron Phase 2 at Wagholi. 1 and 2 BHK apartments. Experience a fine mix of lifestyle, space, comfort and quality with your home. Part of the Citron Phase 1, a happy community of 130 plus happy families. The project offers ready infrastructure and amenities. Spread over 5 acres, 15-story L-shaped towers offer 1 and 2 BHK apartments and wide open spaces. Homes that not just take care of functionality but also offer vibrancy, peace and freshness in living. Your life here is imagined through a fine mix of lifestyle features like ready clubhouse, swimming pool, modern gymnasium, multi-purpose court, senior citizen sit-outs, children's play area and community hall. It's a world that promises more than you ever imagined. Growing in parallel to the recent developments, celebrates the modernity of future and the happiness of a perfect opportunity. An address to begin your journey towards fulfillment and become part of a success story. A joint development by Manisha Constructions and Vascon.
स्मार्ट घर EMI सही,
सुंदर परिसर, भरपूर सोयी.
अब लाइफ को बनाओ गुड लाइफ. वास्कॉन गुड लाइफ.
घरासोबत सरकारी अनुदानही.
घरासोबत मुलांना भविष्यही.
अब लाइफ को बनाओ गुड लाइफ. वास्कॉन गुड लाइफ.
Life is all about a new start every day. A new step towards progress. To become what we imagined. And to make the dreams a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps, and banks close to your home. What adds to your advantage are the proposed developments such as the under-construction 6-lane Nagar Road linking Wagholi to Eon IT Park, proposed ring road from Ambegaon to Wagholi, proposed 4-lane flyover linking Wagholi to Shikrapur, and proposed 36-meter wide DP road which offers growth and a bright future. Welcome to Citron Phase 2 at Wagholi. 1 and 2 BHK apartments. Experience a fine mix of lifestyle, space, comfort and quality with your home. Part of the Citron Phase 1, a happy community of 130 plus happy families. The project offers ready infrastructure and amenities. Spread over 5 acres, 15-story L-shaped towers offer 1 and 2 BHK apartments and wide open spaces. Homes that not just take care of functionality but also offer vibrancy, peace and freshness in living. Your life here is imagined through a fine mix of lifestyle features like ready clubhouse, swimming pool, modern gymnasium, multi-purpose court, senior citizen sit-outs, children's play area and community hall. It's a world that promises more than you ever imagined. Growing in parallel to the recent developments, celebrates the modernity of future and the happiness of a perfect opportunity. An address to begin your journey towards fulfillment and become part of a success story. A joint development by Manisha Constructions and Vascon. Life is all about a new start every day. A new step towards progress. To become what we imagined. And to make the dreams a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps and banks close to your home. What adds to your advantage are the proposed developments such as the under-construction 6-lane Nagar Road linking Wagholi to Eon IT Park, proposed ring road from Ambegaon to Wagholi, proposed 4-lane flyover linking Wagholi to Shikrapur, and proposed 36-meter wide DP road which offers growth and a bright future. Welcome to Citron Phase 2 at Wagholi. 1 and 2 BHK apartments. Experience a fine mix of lifestyle, space, comfort and quality with your home. Part of the Citron Phase 1, a happy community of 130 plus happy families. The project offers ready infrastructure and amenities. Spread over 5 acres, 15-story L-shaped towers offer 1 and 2 BHK apartments and wide open spaces. Homes that not just take care of functionality but also offer vibrancy, peace and freshness in living. Your life here is imagined through a fine mix of lifestyle features like ready clubhouse, swimming pool, modern gymnasium, multi-purpose court, senior citizen sit-outs, children's play area and community hall. It's a world that promises more than you ever imagined. Growing in parallel to the recent developments, celebrates the modernity of future and the happiness of a perfect opportunity. An address to begin your journey towards fulfillment and become part of a success story. A joint development by Manisha Constructions and Vascon. Life is all about a new start every day. A new step towards progress. To become what we imagined. And to make the dreams a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps and banks close to your home. What adds to your advantage are the proposed developments such as the under construction 6-lane Nagar Road linking Wagholi to Eon IT Park, proposed ring road from Ambegaon to Wagholi, proposed 4-lane flyover linking Wagholi to Shikrapur, and proposed 36-meter wide DP road which offers growth and a bright future. Welcome to Citron Phase 2 at Wagholi. 1 and 2 BHK apartments. Experience a fine mix of lifestyle, space, comfort and quality with your home. Part of the Citron Phase 1, a happy community of 130 plus happy families. The project offers ready infrastructure and amenities. Spread over 5 acres, 15-story L-shaped towers offer 1 and 2 BHK apartments and wide open spaces. Homes that not just take care of functionality but also offer vibrancy, peace and freshness in living. Your life here is imagined through a fine mix of lifestyle features like ready clubhouse, swimming pool, modern gymnasium, multi-purpose court, senior citizen sit-outs, children's play area and community hall. It's a world that promises more than you ever imagined. Growing in parallel to the recent developments, celebrates the modernity of future and the happiness of a perfect opportunity. An address to begin your journey towards fulfillment and become part of a success story. A joint development by Manisha Constructions and Vascon. Life is all about a new start every day. A new step towards progress. To become what we imagined. And to make the dreams a reality. Now, it's time to begin with a new address of life and become a proud owner of a modern lifestyle. A landmark development in the growing eastern part of Pune that promises swift access to Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Pune Airport, Magarpatta City and Kalyani Nagar. You also stay at your comfort with all day-to-day conveniences like major hospitals, schools, petrol pumps and banks close to your home. What adds to your advantage are the proposed developments such as the under construction 6-lane Nagar Road linking Wagholi to Eon IT Park, proposed ring road from Ambegaon to Wagholi, proposed 4-lane flyover linking Wagholi to Shikrapur, and proposed 36-meter wide DP road which offers growth and a bright future. Welcome to Citron Phase 2 at Wagholi. 1 and 2 BHK apartments. Experience a fine mix of lifestyle, space, comfort and quality with your home. Part of the Citron Phase 1, a happy community of 130 plus happy families. The project offers ready infrastructure and amenities. Spread over 5 acres, 15-story L-shaped towers offer 1 and 2 BHK apartments and wide open spaces. Homes that not just take care of functionality but also offer vibrancy, peace and freshness in living. Your life here is imagined through a fine mix of lifestyle features like ready clubhouse, swimming pool, modern gymnasium, multi-purpose court, senior citizen sit-outs, children's play area and community hall. It's a world that promises more than you ever imagined. Growing in parallel to the recent developments, celebrates the modernity of future and the happiness of a perfect opportunity. An address to begin your journey towards fulfillment and become part of a success story. A joint development by Manisha Constructions and Vascon.